Hi guys, it's Sam from Creatively Sam's, and today I've made a Z-Gallerie inspired painting for my powder room. It was easy to do. The hardest part was waiting for the paint to dry. If you want to see how I did this, stay tuned. It's coming up next. I first got the idea for this project when I was on the Z-Gallerie website. They had a painting on there which was huge, and it was called the Cloudburst. And I wanted basically that, but much smaller. And the bathroom in my home is still in the turquoise shades and the beach theme. So I thought this would be a nice addition to the bathroom. So what I did was I started off with, this is a stretch canvas, and I think I got it at Walmart, but they're available just about anywhere. But this is a little over 10.5 inches wide by just about 14 inches. So the first thing I'm going to do is give this a good coat of plain white acrylic paint. When that's done, I have all kind of supplies. I'm not sure if this is everything that I need or not. But the first thing I have is a ruler and a pencil. And I've got my Pearl Tone white paint. I've got glitter paints. This is turquoise, this is silver, and this is hologram. And I also have some glitter. I don't know if I want to get out the gold and silver or not. And I found these at Michael's. And these are fine tip tops, and you can see the end of them, how tiny they are, and these will fit right on the paint bottles. So let me get a good coat of plain white acrylic paint, and I'm just going to be using Apple Barrel, and I'm going to get a really good coat on here. And then after I'm done, I'm going to draw on some lines. Okay, I gave this a coat going this way and one going this way. And now that it's nice and dry, I'm going to take a ruler and I'm going to go from corner to corner. And I'm going to put a very light line using the pencil. And instead of going right in the center, I'm going to bring this down. And these are just going to be guidelines. That's why I'm not doing them very dark, although they do look dark. And I'll be back when I'm done. Okay, the tips for the paint says it's for a 2-ounce bottle, and my pearl is 8 ounce. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the pearl on a plate And I'm going to take a detail brush, and I'm going to try and freehand this. And since there isn't a Z-Gallerie anywhere near my home, this is just going to be my idea of what it looks like, just from looking at the picture. I really wish I could see it up close and personal. And the pearl paint does not coat well. This is more for enhancing colors, but I do want this as a background, so I'm just going beside the lines, and I'm going to be putting some of the glitter paint on the lines. But this is just enough contrast to show up from the plain white. And I'm just going to go beside each one of these lines, and I'll be back when I'm done. Okay, I got all the pearl paint on, and I've put one of the lids on my silver glitter. And boy, I'll tell you what, when it says extreme glitter, this stuff really is extreme glitter. So what I'm going to do is, since I've never used this before, oh my, that comes out nicely. I'm going to try very hard to follow the lines. And I'm not going to do all of the lines, but I am going to do a lot. And I'll be back after I'm done with that. Okay, I got this silver on, and I'm going to let this dry for a while before I go on to the next color. It actually got easier the faster that I went with the lines. And I pressed right into the canvas. Like that. And it really got so much easier the faster I went. So anyway, I'm going to let this dry for a while before I go on to the next color, which is probably going to be the holographic. And not sure if I'm going to use gold or not. Definitely I'm going to be using the turquoise, because this is going into my bathroom. And we'll be back after it dries, and we'll see what happens from there. Okay, this has been sitting for a little while. It's nowhere near dry, but you can see the thinner ones that are dry, how sparkly they are. So I'm coming in now with the, I don't know if you can see it, the hologram. And I'm just going to do the same thing, but I'm going to go in between the silver and the pearl. And you're not really going to be able to see this until it dries. And this hologram has a kind of a green to it. But we'll be back. Okay, it's not completely dry yet, but it's getting there. You can see where the holographic paint is starting to dry. Now I think it's time to add some color. So I've got the turquoise, and I'm going to repeat the same thing, except when I do this I'm going to try and put a few of these lines close together. I'm not real happy about the way this is leaving a couple of these blobs, so I'm just going to take the detail brush and smooth it out. Okay, and I'll be back after I'm done adding color. Okay, I've got some color added to it, but it's a little darker than I want. But I do have this lighter shade of turquoise glitter. So what I'm going to do is put a little bit on a plate and ever so gently just mix it in here. And I'm not going to put a lot of it on. It's just going to be enough to lighten it up. And of course I'll be shaking this off after it all dries. But while I have this setting aside to dry, oh yeah, I like this extra shade. I think it gives it the depth that it needs. Okay, while I have this drying, I'm going to play with the starfish. And we'll be back after I'm done with that. I originally found this at the Dollar Tree, and it's for decorating nails. And I use them because they're so tiny to add gems to the starfish. And what I did was put some glue on a plate, and I used a round toothpick and just put a little drop of glue wherever I wanted the gems to go. And I'm not worried about too much because this stuff does dry clear. And then just added them in where I wanted them. And I pretty much decided to use most of it up, so I'll keep going until they're all gone. And I have them all used up except two. And I really wish I had more, but I'm going to make this do. Okay, we're going to go on to the next step. Well, the paint's pretty dry, and it doesn't look too bad. And now I'm going to put the starfish on. And all I'm going to do is use hot glue to put it into place. And the reason that I had this off center was for the starfish. Get my hand underneath there to give it something to push down on, since this is stretch canvas. And I'm just going to let that sit for a minute or two until it all cools down. Ah, yes, nice and cool. And that is now ready to be hung in the bathroom. So if you like what you saw, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and happy creating, everyone.